Ankole. Bucket is done. Okay. Thank you very much, Ankole. Ankole sub-region. Ankole. Ankole. Somebody says we are launching in Tarehe Saba today. We finished Tarehe Sita today. We are now on Tarehe Saba. Ankole sub-region as Uganda prepares. Okay.
Then Teso Ujoro is also here.
Ankole sub-region, very quickly.
The people of this country.
Ankole, thank you so much for coming in big numbers.
It's your mom machine.
Ankole.
Peaceful recognition of.
Thank you very much.
Next is West Nile. Bunyoro is here. Bunyoro is here. Abanyoro balinka Dr. Baramu, Abanyoro bawe balinka ba MPs.
Bunyoro now.
Okay, Sebei sub-region.
Abanyoro.
Sebei sub-region. Chema Sweat.
Okay, Sebei. You'll have the chief guest at a later time. Okay? Okay. Okay. Okay? Chigezi, who is West Nile here? Chigezi is here.
Chigezi, they are already here. Dr. Elisa.
Chigezi. Give Chigezi way. Chigezi. Chigezi. All right. Wonderful. West Nile now. West Nile. West Nile. Right. Let's go to Rwenzori. Rwenzori very quickly.
Rwenzori, you can do it very quickly.
Rwenzori. Ayitebe sikade enjene. Rwenzori.
You never take you to Rwenzori. Rwenzori, you have
Bugisu region. Bugisu.
Then Greater Masaka.
Bugisu
Greater PG.
Bugisu
region.
as central region prepared. Bugisu. Those are the historicals of the Patriotic League of Uganda.
Central region.
From Balabush.
Central region. Let all of us
Central Yona. Let's communicate.
Acholi.
Acholi. Thank you, Jude. Acholi. But you have closed the road, let us open and go through. Karamoja near? Acholi is coming? Ojara is coming. As Karamoja nears. Karamoja coming next after Acholi. Okay. Acholi is done. Is Karamoja near? Karamoja? Molango. Near? Lango.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Michael Katunji, as we prepare the speech in behalf of the Patriotic League of Uganda.
Okay. And other regions that are not done? Teso. Did Teso come? Teso region. Teso. Kere. Teso. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now get together. Okay, thank you very much. Our members of parliament who were setting up for a bill that's very critical for our country. Honorable Chief Guest, I request you to take your seat. We shall now go with the NRM chairperson today and the LC5 chairperson. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me at this moment to invite Ambassador Michael Katunji to deliver an official statement. The Patriotic League of Uganda. Ambassador Mike Katunji, my honorable boss. You're welcome.
Our chief guest, Honorable Mike Mukula, SEC member Gabriel Kato, ministers present, honorable members of parliament and past parliament, senior government officials, district chairpersons, NRM chairpersons, our chapter leaders in the diaspora, colleagues in the MK movement, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am standing here today as a representative of the Central Committee and also Commissioner of External Affairs of the Patriotic League of Uganda, which is marking a transformative era into proclamation today, which has been done, and which is evolving into a civil and pressure group, but with a vision which transcends politics. Today, on behalf of my colleagues, we present to you a vision extending beyond politics, unity, progress, and regenerated commitment to the well-being of our people of Uganda. It's a vision of the people on centered governance that will transform Uganda into a first world nation. Our mission is to build a technology-driven and all-inclusive system for socio-economic development. Our journey towards Patriotic League reflects the evolution of our ideals, realizing our strength lies not only in resistance, but active and positive engagement with the challenges that our nation faces. We are firmly rooted in patriotism, democratic values, and love and profound love for our country. Our ideology is commitment to peace, freedom, security, social justice, equality, unity, and solidarity. We must ensure protection and promotion of political and socio-economic and cultural rights of all Ugandans and guaranteeing their access to fundamental necessities. This inclusive approach empowers every citizen, providing them with a voice, ownership, and stake in the nation's future. Patriotic League pledges to responsibly utilize government resources. We are fostering physical and socio-economic developments at the grassroots level. With a hands-on commitment to community service, our grassroots engagement, and unwavering dedication to inclusive and accountable governance, we envision a future where every Ugandan is served irrespective of region, ethnicity, region, or gender, or social status. Standing on the shoulders of our leaders in NRM and past achievements, we are recognizing the contribution of the current administration, and we look ahead to a new chapter driven by the aspirations of especially the youth in this unique age. In the heart of PRU lies a commitment to community development that is tangible and impactful. By actively launching and participating in events addressing local needs such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure, we envision empowered communities with improved quality of life. Furthermore, our emphasis on establishing partnerships with local organizations to ensure sustainability of this program, creating lasting positive change of the people. Let's build together a foundation for prosperity that stems from within the communities, uplifting every individual and fostering a collective sense of progress. PRU also commits to our unwavering commitment to social justice. We actively champion causes that address inequality, discrimination, and protection of human rights. Beyond rhetoric, we collaborate closely with civil society and we amplify the voices of the marginalized, ensuring their concerns and shaping policy. By supporting us, you have become an advocate for society where justice prevails, discrimination is eradicated, and individual rights are protected. Together, we strive for a society that truly values inherent dignity and worth of every person. PRU recognizes the transformative power of economic empowerment. Our initiatives are designed to uplift the underprivileged and marginalized sectors by introducing programs to foster entrepreneurship. Through training and resource access and supportive policies, we aim to stimulate local economic growth. Your support here aligns with the vision of the community where economic opportunities are accessible to all. We need to break down the barriers and pave way for inclusive prosperity. At the forefront of our environmental advocacy, PRU is dedicated to sustainable future. We advocate for policies and practices that mitigate climate change and ensuring the well-being of our planet and future generations. Leading by example, our community-based programs, including tree planting and waste management, showcase our commitment to greener, healthy world. When you support PRU to actively contribute to environmental preservation and sustainable living, you are securing a better future for us all. Lastly, PRU stands as a beacon of transparent governance. We commit to a model that prioritizes regional communication with the public and implements measures to curb corruption. By ensuring public resources are efficiently utilized by the benefit of every citizen, we are laying the foundation for a government that truly serves its people. Allying with us is a call for transparent and accountable governance, where honesty and integrity guide every decision, fostering a trustworthy relationship between government and its citizens. Education will be our priority since it's a cornerstone of our social progress in PLU. By proposing and advocating reforms in the education sector, we aim to improve success, quality, and relevancy for all. Our emphasis in education is a catalyst for every individual and society progress, seeks to create a future where every citizen is equipped with tools of success. Please join us in shaping an educational system that fosters innovation, critical thinking, and inclusivity, ensuring that the youth of our nation are prepared for the challenges and opportunities of the future. In undertaking these initiatives, Patriotic League seeks not only to gain popularity, but to gain genuine concerns of the people. It aims to create a momentum that resonates with the aspirations of every citizen, transcending political affiliations for the collective being of our nation. Join us in this journey for a progressive, prosperous, and united nation. Together we can turn the page of division and write a new chapter of hope, of progress, and shared prosperity. Thank you as we stand united as a league of patriots for God and my country.
May I ask all of you to stand up? Kali, twagala in the view of the statement to associate with the same. Sijjaga nti PLU nga naawe oddamu nti PLU mudowooza erisinga okuba eddene ennyo. Kale, let's go. PLU, 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 and PLU oye. May I now invite the representative of the LC5 chairpersons, one representative of the LC5 chairpersons.
Chairman Muhoozi.
Chairman Muhoozi.
Good afternoon, all of you. The chief guest who is with us here, and all of you, fellow members of Parliament and honorary ministers, my colleagues, district chairpersons, LC5 from various districts, the religious leaders, the members of PLU Central Committee, and the fourth arm of the government, that is the press, all of you members of PLU who have actually got the privilege to be on the launch of today in this area, Nakuru. Muhoozi Fred are my names. This chairperson LC5 Uganda district. Then at the same time, the vice president of Vurga Central Region. I take the honor and the opportunity, first and foremost, to thank the ones who sat down and decided to recognize the presence of these chairpersons on this occasion. In most cases, we have been having this kind of organizations, this kind of launch, but without the LC5 chairpersons. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of my colleagues and on my own behalf to inform you that the launch of PLU today, Honorable Mawanda, the national chairperson, I want to inform you, having the chairperson's LC5 present, you've got the right foot soldiers on the ground. PLU is non-partisan, but it has the strategy of uniting all Ugandans, of fostering us, all of us, to love our country, to love one another, to champion the need that we need where Uganda to be. I don't think that as we have also been part of this activity, my colleagues, honorable members of this persons, let us not associate with the PLU, but let us own it. Let us own it. We are foot soldiers. We have got so many platforms where we air out pertinent issues of our country, of our government, of our good leadership, with the leadership of His Excellency President Museveni. Now that we have introduced PLU, let us use the same platforms and we can inculcate the values, the concerns of PLU into our community. I believe and I'm sure we shall achieve this one. There is no reason why you can fail having launched this PLU together. For those who are not here, we are representing them, and when we come to our URGA meetings, general meetings, let us actually coerce our friends such that they can be part of PLU. Together we can. There is no reason why you can fail. Thank you very much for inviting us. Those invited us, the chief guest, I assure you that we are going to make it. My friend and my names, representing my colleagues, you are most welcome. Let us do what it takes for us to do for the good of our country, for God and my country.
Thank you so much. You have some communication.
Thank you very much. Before that, I want to recognize our representatives, Mchala Sylvia Kacho, our PLU chairperson in the United States. Madam, you're welcome. Obugaro. My brother Opio, our PLU chairperson for Turkey.
Thank you so much for coming.
I think Engineer Mwase is somewhere there. We'll continue. In the interest of time, Ambassador Muhindo from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also. Where is Ambassador? Oh, thank you, Sebo. You're welcome. We're happy to have you. Kare, my colleagues, members of the press, will have to share the soft statement on from my WhatsApp. We are going to share. When you get it, please share it widely, because we are operating a paperless. We can't type everything. Kare, may I invite the representative of the members of Parliament,
Honorable
Chema Sweet.
Is going to be accompanied later after his speech by Honorable Alex Ruhunda and the Honorable Ojara Martin Mapenduzi. Honorable Chema Sweet is representing both Karamoja and Sebei sub-regions.
Asante sana. Ndugu mwenyekiti, mgeni mheshimiwa, tunakupongeza sana. You know, where there is Dr. Mike Mukula, things don't go bad. And I think he was the right choice for this function. And whenever you want to get blessings, you get blessings from one who is from the east. And again, I want to thank the people who came up with the idea of having this political party called Blue. You know, for purpose of simplicity, let's call it Blue. Can we say Blue? Blue. So that we don't confuse it with the PLE stuff.
You know, when Chemazoli is pronouncing blue, you may think he's pronouncing blue.
Yeah. So it is blue. And this is what we need to say. When I say the League, you say we are the Patriot. The League
We are the patriots.
Uganda, you say MK. Okay, let me repeat it again. The League,
We are the patriots.
Uganda,
MK.
thank you. Now, I sat down with Honorable General Muhoozi. I asked him, for purpose of clarity, what are you going to do for us? Because you are saying you want to be the president of the Republic of Uganda. He told me this. Chebaswe, the road network in Uganda, in terms of kilometers, are 130,000 kilometers. But the paved kilometers are only 5,000. So he said, when he takes over power in 2026, and when we enter the close of 2031, he would have tarmacked around 5,000 again, getting a total of 10,000. He told me again, the megawatts that we have currently in Uganda are 1,400 megawatts. He told me, when he becomes the president in 2026, and coming to the close of 2031, he will make sure that we have an addition 2,000 megawatts so that we can have almost 3,500. Now, his priorities are as follows. Looking at Wakiso, this is what he said. Looking at Wakiso with a population of 3 million, he would give priority to the roads in Wakiso, which are dilapidated. I know all of us here, majority of us stay in Wakiso, in Wakiso, but of course the roads are bad. But of course that is his priority as well. So I asked him, so you are the right person to be the president of the Republic of Uganda. And of course, when he said this, I accepted that this is the right candidate and the president of the Republic of Uganda. I know very well that we belong to the same family. As Honorable Mike, we belong to the same family and we belong to the same principal. Who is our headmaster? Our headmaster is Museveni. We have been in the same school with the Muhoozi, and this school is the school of NRM. But not everybody has scored an A. But it is only Muhoozi who has scored A+ to warrant him to become the next president of the Republic of Uganda. And it is through such scores that, of course, we would wish Muhoozi to be there. Because he is a person who has been guided too much by our president. I will not brag that, of course, I have been guided so much by President Museveni. Of course, I read his books, but Muhoozi has been guided so much by President Museveni. And you know very well the wisdom that Museveni has. If he sits down with you, your wisdom will double his wisdom. And I believe Muhoozi's wisdom is now double our general. President Museveni has the title deed of the land called the presidency. And all of us as family members, we need the shares. We are the shareholders of the presidency. And we need to scoop some shares out of this title. Now we are saying, General Museveni, can you get us the shares? But give General Muhoozi the biggest share. You know, with this, of course, we are not saying Museveni is bad. He has done the needful in the Republic of Uganda.
Yes.
He has done the best. But of course, there comes a time that, of course, you should give the mantle to the next person. Presidency is like relay. When you are running relay 4x4, you give the baton to the other next person to finish the race. And it is Muhoozi to take us to the next phase. I have voted President Museveni close to 6 years. 6 times, I mean. 6 times. 6 times. And he even made me to become a student of political science and economics. I have really emulated him so much. But of course, I expected President Museveni, because he had told me he was going to give me a Nyankole woman. But he never gave me a Nyankole woman. But I believe now with General Muhoozi, Muhoozi will give me the cows to go and look at. I'm really grateful that we are here. We are not against President Museveni, but we are for him. But of course, we are for the next president of the Republic of Uganda, who is General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairman.
Let me say one thing about this. The symbol here is good. I belong to the clan of the prophets in Sebe. The lion belongs to the prophet. You will never go wrong with the lion. And it is the totem of the prophets.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I like the lion story. In our midst we have the clergy, who we did not introduce, but will introduce the honorable chief guest. But I think now I should invite you, Honorable Frank Tumwebaze, who will then invite our chief guest. Thank you.
Hello, PRO Oye. Please don't call it PRO, it means something else. Palestinian something. Our chief guest, Honorable Captain Mike Mukula, colleague Honorable Ministers, Honorable Kabyanga, Honorable Commander Masaka Central, Honorable my daughter from Congo, Bundubujo, everywhere, and members of Parliament, the team from the MK movement, now PLU, and all of you supporters and defenders of General MK. Good afternoon. I will tell you why I call you defenders. There was a man called Isaac Newton. He was an English mathematician, physicist, astronomer, theologist. So he was trying to understand how the motion of an object, motion means moving, how it behaves. And he came up with 3 laws of motion. Only the 2 are of interest to me. The first law of Newton, you all know it, I guess, including lawyers. You know, lawyers speak things because they are everything. Newton said an object will not change its direction unless a certain force has disturbed it. If nobody had disturbed General MK, you wouldn't be here. And I will tell you why you are here. Then the third law of motion of Newton says, action and are equal, but in opposite. Now, for as long as I have known General MK, right from the time he started his soldiering profession, he has been a man under attack. He's been targeted. He's been abused for nothing. So when I hear people saying, how can a soldier be in politics? It is you who put him in politics. Nobody put him in politics. When this man chose to serve his country as an LDU, he was abused by the political actors. You know, the big people, isn't it? He kept quiet. When he became a second lieutenant, he was targeted. They are grooming him. He kept quiet because he's a soldier. He can't talk. Not that he couldn't speak, but he was a humble soldier. When he's in Congo fighting, they are on him. The man is lying. He's not fighting. So finally, That's why Mawanda tells you that the MK movement spontaneously came up. Congratulations. So you got tired of seeing somebody who offered himself to serve his country being a punching bag of political failures. If you've been contesting with President Museveni, why do you attack General MK? Why? So, to put things into context, MK people, MK supporters came up in defense as an opposite force to challenge those who were attacking MK. And here you are. So those who were really, that's why I agree with him when he twisted and said, those who started the allegations about MK project, in a way, really launched him. So now that you have invited him to your politics, why are you worried about him? So with those few remarks, let me invite Honorable Captain Mike Mukula.
Let me start, first of all, before I address the team, by taking a roll call. Bafumbira, komera komera. Amakuru, murakome. Ariko turabakunda cyane. Mutera ijana ku ijana. Abakiga agandi mwebere kwisha abakiga twabashimira munonga mwebere kureta ikicucu cyahwire kero Kasese wabukire wasinja kusibu wasinja mibiri mpige makofi. Abatoro muri muta mwebale kwija byo mwona muri kurungi obugaro abanyankore agandi mwebale abanyankore mwina kwija twabashemererwa mutera obugaro muhoro je mwebale kureta chuchu Uganda muri mutya yoga muri bulungi Uganda weri okubena mu ngalo bisoka kodeyo amawulire abeka bakalamu amaido nemboli mukube mu ngalo Bajapadola nenedi intie mabe de pacho asanga kibino piga makofi abagisu murembe muri balai wanyala kuisha mpero galo karamoja mata dadan nongache lakara no matebera karina nen ate so jasi biai ngalete si emuria achela si baba lebera kanin Lango ko bango Atina pardon atekan. Bauni shi mudu. Acholi ko bango. Lo banga poti gulu. Maro gulu. Yoe gulu. Undu baptinu. Adinho, Botorobai, Makofi, West Nile, Ingoni, Azimichi, Azimindi, our 4 Minindi, our 4 Tutu, our 4 Yeke, Makofi, West Nile Tegel Kefin, Kavatakazi, Kavatakidima, you are Dugmarawai. I have been able to address the comrades here today. The comrades, the patriots are here today. Those who doubted, Bunyoro, Abanyoro Murimuta, Webele Muno Kuija Abanyoro, Amashita Gariyo, Mutero Ugaru. I bring you greetings from General MK. Hey, Chamge Amite, that is the bay, the hills of the east. I am happy that you have come here as comrades, as patriots, and I want to tell you that Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, the late, one of the mentors of General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, with the Samora Machel, when Idi Amin attacked the silent of Kagera, Mwalimu Julius Nyerere in Dar es Salaam addressed the people of Tanzania. And in his address, Mwalimu Julius Nyerere said, Watanzania, nyoka imetuvamia, nyoka imetuingilia. Sisi Watanzania hatuna chochote cha kufanya, isipokuwa tuko na kazi moja tu, ya kutoa nyoka ndani ya nyumba. Uwezo tunayo, sababu tunayo, na nia tunayo. It meant that we, that time he was calling on Tanzanians, had a duty to liberate Tanzania from the attack. My message to you today in the beginning is to tell you, comrades, and you the young people, every generation has the duty. And I want to tell you, and listen to me very carefully, success without succession is not revolution. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is not a politician. He is a revolutionary leader. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has had the experience of leadership right from Mozambique, from Tanzania. He has been in the trenches. He has fought hard, and as you do realize, from the independence of this country, 1962, Uganda has never been stable. At one time, we had a leader who was in power for 68 days, and he was ironically 68 years old, and that was Yusuf Gule. Because governance in this country and the change in government became the order of the day. In 1986, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni took over power. And when he took over power, at the steps of parliament, he said, and I quote, "This change is not just a mere change of guards. I think this is going to be a fundamental change." I want to tell you that he said it's not one government coming and removing the other and then this one coming in so that it is a circus. Governance of Uganda is not for those who want to try by error. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni under the National Resistance Movement has been able to hold this country together for the last 38 years. And listen to me very carefully. Wale ambao wanacheza na serikali, do not know what governance is. We are not going to gamble with the future of Uganda. Vijana tuko na kazi. Uwezo tunayo na sababu tunayo. And I thank you for coming here today. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in 1986, when he took over power, inflation in this country was negative 187%. Today, inflation is one of the lowest in the world at an average of about 3%. By 1986, we had 1,352 kilometers of tarmac. Today, we're heading towards 7,000 kilometers of tarmac. Electricity in the Ginger Oil Falls Dam, built in 1954, had only 2 turbines generating 62 megawatts. Today, when we open Karuma, we'll be heading towards 2,000 megawatts. In the year 1986, infant mortality, maternal mortality, women dying at the table of birth was all at negative. Today I want to tell you that Uganda indices has become the best that World Health Organization can talk about proudly. In 1986, when Yoweri Kaguta Museveni took over power, comrades, we had in our socio-economic transformation that General Katumbi, Brother Katumbi has been talking about, Ambassador, there was no education for our children. Today we have universal primary education. It may not be perfect, but it is one of the best, one of the symbols of the transformation of human resource. And I want to tell you, that is the future of this country. We have universal secondary education. The National Resistance Movement has been able to dispense medicine to our people. Listen to this even more. By 1986, we had about 14 million people. Because of the programs that the National Resistance Movement has been able to put on the ground. For those who want to hear, listen to this carefully. The population growth, as we talk now, Uganda is the youngest nation in the world. Why? Because the population growth of this country is at 3.2%. When you look at fertility rate, we are at 6.3%. When you look at the numbers that we produce nearly 5,000 children every day. Tuzaala abaana 15 buli nnaku olw'okugema. The age between 0 to 4 is nearly 8 million children. The age between 82 and above is 216 people. Look at that variance. The age below the age of 30 is 80% of our population. The age below 16 years is 55% of our population. What does it mean? We have a young nation. This can only be achieved by positive results. And if you look at the economy of Uganda, Uganda now is rated among the 10 fastest growing economies in the world. There are those who have eyes but don't see. There are those who have ears but don't hear. Tell them. Let me tell you even more. By 1986, Uganda was a pariah state, failed nation. Failed nation, kabisa ilikuwa imeanguka. By 1986, Agrawori took up arms to fight Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, NRM, in 1986, and killed all the LCs once in Busia, Malaba, up to Rakaka, a group called FOBA, Force Obote Back Again. A little after that, 1987, my brothers from Teso know, a man called Peter Tai and Colonel William Omalia, with a man called Hitler, took up arms, formed UPA, Uganda People's Army, fought for 7 years inside Teso. They were disarmed, they completely neutralized by our gallant forces of NRA. In the West Nile, we had a man called Juma Oris, West Nile Bank Front Part 1 and 2. He was injured in Oraba, died in Juba. I think he died in Khartoum. West Nile Bank Front was defeated. Then there was another man called Ali Bamuze, Uganda Rescue Front Part 1 and 2, fighting from Rojo. Ali Bamuze had to lay down arms and negotiate and joined our Ugandan forces of UPDF. That's another group. Then you had another group of Alice Lakwena. Alice Lakwena took up arms, a group called Holy Spirit Movement. But before that, there was a man called Odong Michael Lateng, who General Saleh went and negotiated with when he landed with an helicopter and they came out. Alice Lakwena took up the arms, fought all the way up to Jinja, Magamaga. She was defeated in Magamaga, crossed Lumino into Kenya, into exile. She died in exile, defeated by our gallant forces. Then we had here a man called Itongwa, Major Itongwa, Chilimutu. He fought this government. Itongwa took a man called the Minister of Health from Bugerere and captured him, James Makumbi, but he was defeated, went to Denmark and died there. Then in Kasese, you had a group called NALU, National Army for the Liberation of Uganda, led by a man, former Minister of Obote. That man fought, he was killed in Gilgil in Kenya. Part of his force joined the Tabliks, who fought in Old Kampala. If you recall, Kazini put them in a bus, gave them 15 minutes when he was commanding the military police, and said, I give you 15 minutes. If you don't, I will storm the mosque of Old Kampala now, of Aga Khan. Those guys walked in, taken to Luzira, under the mercy of General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. They were being the prerogative and walked out of mercy, negotiated by Amu Mayanja. When they walked out, they were next found in Buseruka, in Bunyoro, where UPDF attacked them. They entered the DRC Congo and now joined the NALU force to form what you call the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF. Those two joined together. We are still with them in the DRC Congo, fighting them. Because some people forget, they think running this country is a joke. We had a man called Conj, Lord's Resistance Army, cutting ears, cutting the noses, cutting the mouth, amputating people, and kept the whole northern Uganda paralyzed for over 23 years. He attacked the Teso region in 2003, July the 15th, and I want to tell you, we took off these suits and put on uniform. And I'm happy to say, General MK Kainerugaba joined Arrow Boys in fighting and obliterating the forces of Con. And our gallant forces of UPDF, again led by MK and many other forces, rolled LRA like a carpet, 2,000 kilometers in Central African Republic, never to come back again. Na vijana bado munacheza na Uganda. Uganda is not a stage for you to come and act. Uganda is not a stage for you to come in and say what you want, do what you want. It is not an experiment to govern Uganda. It costs life. It is against this that I'm telling you, comrades, that when you're looking at Uganda, weigh Uganda carefully. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has told many people, a movement of 27, today the national resistance movement encompasses the whole country. I'm happy that you, comrades, the chairman of the movement, are here. I'm happy that you, the chairman of the districts, are here. I'm happy that members of parliament are here. I'm happy that ministers are here. I'm happy that you, the civil service, civil society, are here. I have seen activists coming together. Let me tell you, a revolution is dynamic. There are those who will take over, and a revolution is not tribal. A revolution is not ethnic. A revolution does not have religious divide. A revolution is of patriots. That's why I'm happy today to say that launching this league of patriots is a humble duty that I cherish, and I thank the Lord Almighty. All we need to do, there never has been a time better than today. The opposition is at its weakest moment. The opposition is at its weakest moment. You can see that inside Forum for Democratic Change, this group has been fighting the other, and this group has been fighting the other. It's no longer Forum for Democratic Change, it's Forum for Democratic Confusion. There are groups that have joined us. UPC have joined us, or working with us one way or the other. DP is working with us. You have this other group that is trying to raise confusion. You cannot, and I want to send a message to them, you cannot associate with those who have got a culture which is anti-African and think that you are fighting for the minority rights, which is anti-African. How do you embrace a norm which is against the teaching of God, Sodom and Gomorrah, and you want to lead Uganda? you let our children, men and men, marry each other, women and women marry each other? How do I embrace my son coming home with another man home, and then I say that I'm African? Let the Europeans have their culture. Africa has not yet come to that stage. Hatujafika pale. If you want to associate with homosexuals, go to Europe. You go out and decampaign your country. Munafanya namna gani? What kind of leader do you want? You can have a quarrel with your government, but never have a quarrel with your country. Never. Uganda will live beyond me. It will live beyond you. But be a patriot, be a nationalist, like this league that has been formed today. How can you go out to the Europeans? We as Africans, the black people, were subjugated for 400 years. We are sold like slaves. Brazil now is the second largest black nation in the world after Nigeria because of the white man. Africa has got a duty to rediscover itself. Never has it been a better opportunity than today. Somewhere I read, we as Africans are not recognized by those people. Somewhere I read that we believe in the Bible. Somewhere I read in the Bible that we are people of God. But the moment you go against the teaching of the Lord Almighty, the Lord of Abraham, the Lord of David, we communally will disassociate from you and reject you. No wonder the Catholic Church the other day, the bishop said, the Pope said that you can bless these people. I thank all the bishops and archbishops of Africa who stood together and firm and said, we will not associate with that statement. That shows you that Africa is now forming itself. Africa is rediscovering yourself. And the league of young leaders like you will now be able to take Africa to the higher destination. My message to you, my brothers and comrades, MK is a young man. I sit in the conclave of the Central Executive, which is the Central Executive Committee, the political command. The conclave decides who will move forward in this country, when and how. Hii kazi mtuachie. Hii kazi mtuachie, tutafanya kazi. Hii kazi mtuachie vijana. Central Executive Committee is the conclave. It's the one which decides you'll have black smoke, you'll have white black smoke, but there will come a day when we'll have white smoke out of the conclave. Mutulie. I want therefore to take the opportunity to salute all of you, comrades, who have stood together. It started as a simple movement. Today, you have metamorphosed, and the narrative is different now. It has encapsulated, it has captured the country. Those of you who are in the opposition, mutuwulirize bulungi, tujja gakyali mabaga. You have seen here comrades who have come from Nup, the two of them. Those are just the beginning. There are more, and I want to tell you, the leaders of Nup, we know more than you know. We are the ones who are inside. We have bigger ears, we have bigger eyes, we are in charge. And we are not going to let the sovereignty, the future and security of this country to people who do not have this country at heart. We are going to mobilize, we are going to galvanize, and I call upon you, comrades. In unity, I call upon you, remain behind our struggle. The national resistance movement has got a long journey. We are still here, and this country will go out to every person, door to door, galvanize and mobilize. I want to assure you, Uganda has got a bright future under this movement. In conclusion, I want to tell you, comrades, I am very excited. Never have I been so excited like I have today. When I saw many of you here, smiling and sloganeering, I have never seen so much spirit and fire inside people. Keep this fire burning. The only challenge of you, the supporters of the National Resistance Movement, is you. NRM does not have any opposition. The opposition is inside NRM. Nchongere? Tukiambie? If you unite, nobody, and I want to assure you, nobody. We have now liberated this country economically. Uganda now has achieved a high level of national, regional, and international recognition. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni hosted the non-aligned movement here. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was recognized and hosted the G77 plus China. Which other nation has had a leader that has been recognized like that? We now have a duty, wandugu zanguni, tuko na kazi. I call upon you to get to understand that yes, work has been done, but there is more work has to be done. That's what Katunji taught here. We have 3 or 4 or 5 major challenges. Poverty among the youth, mainly. Unemployment, youth unemployment. 3, service delivery. 4, corruption. And 5, effective management of government. That can be done by you, the generation that we are launching today. We have reduced the load from you. We have reduced, NRM has reduced the load from you. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has done his part. It's now incumbent upon you, the young people, to take Uganda forward. It was done in Cuba when Fidel Castro stepped aside. It was done in North Korea. It has been done in ANC. It has been done in Tanzania with Chama cha Mapinduzi when Nyerere laid, God recalled him. We will do it here in Uganda. We will manage the transition very well, and I want to assure you, Muhoozi is your answer. I thank you.
Thank you very much, our chief guest. I think that's what the lawyers say. I would take the privilege, give me another microphone. I would have taken the opportunity to give a vote of thanks, but noting from the words of our chief guest, I appear to be fresh from the Forum for Democratic Confusion. For that matter, I'll ask my brother Ojara Mapinduzi to come and tell me about the confusion, but also thank our chief guest because Ojara got confused before me.
Thank you very much, our chief guest, the Honorable Captain Mike Mukula, distinguished leaders and guests,
Ladies and gentlemen, first I'd like to thank you, the organizers, for giving me the opportunity to give a vote of thanks. As I do that, Chief of Guests, you will permit me to say a few things. Chief Guest, as you very much know, from 2006, when I joined active politics and got elected councillor, later on district council speaker, and later on district chairman of Bulu for 10 years. I was in FDC and a staunch member of FDC. You are also aware that in 2021, I joined the 11th Parliament as an independent MP. Guest of honor, as you stated, today I stand here not on a political party basis, but as a Ugandan who mean well for this country. As a Ugandan who understands where we have come from. And to be specific, as a Ugandan from the north who knows how painful life can be when there is no peace and stability. And rightly, as you say, Chief Guest, because of war and instability, the North went through untold sufferings, and today, our people are still in the recovery mode. So today, our Chief Guest, I stand here, and as I give these words of thanks, to give two messages. One, that as the people from northern Uganda, we are grateful for all those who put their lives on the front line to restore peace and stability in northern Uganda and the country at large. And we particularly thank the President for his stewardship and all efforts that he has continued to put in ensuring that northern Uganda and Uganda at large develops. And I can authoritatively state that northern Uganda today is different, although we still have got a lot of work to do. I will not forget to say thank you very much to General MK and his colleagues in the armed forces. Chief Guest, as you rightly stated, between 2007 to 2012, we from the north saw General MK actively pursuing Joseph Kony in the forest of Garamba in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We don't take that lightly. My second message, and the last one, Chief Guest, is that the North is now determined to work with all peace-loving Ugandans and President General Museveni in maintaining the peace and stability that we enjoy today. However, we are not only interested in the Uganda of today. We need a peaceful Uganda today, tomorrow, and in the future. But for us to achieve that, Chief Guest, we need to prepare for it. And as you know, we cannot start preparing for tomorrow. You start today, and we are here today to start a journey. A journey for a smooth and peaceful tomorrow. And as you stated, Chief Guest, to the best of my knowledge,
This journey is not about antagonizing anybody or undermining the current leadership. It is about assuring the current leadership and the people of Uganda that for all you have done, there are people who will keep the positive efforts alive in the future and push this country to even greater heights. And that is the reason for the new formation today, Chief guest, we therefore associate ourselves and happy to be part of this new formation. And I can state without fear of contradiction, that we are committed to working with MK for a peaceful, secure, and prosperous Uganda today, tomorrow, and Uganda. Very sincerely, my colleagues, thank you for the best this new formation needs people like you. Because we have a role to play in
what we can do is
so generation zigenda zigoberagana ati oba muzeyi waba nga ffe tuyingiramu nanjagala kugamba kino ekintu kyajjawo ebibuuzo ebyaliwo okugamba nti ani addamu ekyo kati sikyaliko abaali boogera tetumanyi succession plan that's what now is kati tetuwulira answers zetulina okuziteka okukwata obuyinza balina okutegeka ne bakupreparinga okuva ku muzeeyi naawe noyingira naye nze njagala bagamba Muhoozi is being prepared. Era bakutadde mangi nnyo nnyo okulaba nti avaamu ekintu nationally, internationally recognized buli omu ekitiibwa nga taata babadde akivuga naye akigenda okusinga. Prepared for what? For presidency kati ekyo tekiriko kubanga ekyo kyekirimu. Kati gwe kankubuulire tolina okumanya nti awali taata awali omwana. Awali omwana waliwo omulemu. Lindi. No, the PLOU which we have launched today is not a political party. It is an ideology. It is an ideology, it is a movement like any other movement. It is a campaign that is preparing Muhoozi Kainerugaba for presidency. So it is not a party as yet because it is not registered as a party. So nobody is crossing from anywhere to from somewhere to anywhere. So those who are putting it in social media that it is a political party, it's not a political party because every political party is registered. And this one is registered. So we are preparing our president, our next president, and this one has answered the succession plan. Like it or not, from Museveni, it is Muhoozi. Whether you like it or not, whether how many people come, it's from Museveni to Muhoozi. So get ready. So Yeah, of course, it cannot be 100%. Those which are remaining won't be complete. Thank you.
Yes.
That is enough. You are the owner.
Hello, can you say hi to us? Yes, how are you? Okay, do you mind the talk? Saying hi to us. This one. Say to us, man. Tubuze bigambo bibiri oli live. Weka bula tubuze. Weka bula. Kabula akidde naye. Katulaba ate ekiri wano. Some officers are looking for it.
Thank you very much. It's been a great audience. Let us allow our chief guest. Let us allow our chief guest, the honorable ministers. Ladies and gentlemen, please take lunch. We have lunch in abundance. The mayor of Jinja, Southern Division, you're welcome. Okay. Next again. Okay. And on my left here, the chairman also. On my left, chairman will see 5 members of parliament and religious leaders. We shall have lunch from the table on my left. The rest of us, we shall have lunch from the next gate outside here, but the next gate after our building. There is enough there for you. Please enjoy your lunch. But members of parliament, the clergy, chairman will see 5s, on my left, there is the table organized for you. Thank you very much for coming today. You are part of the history and you will always be. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Journalists will talk after. The media. Journalists, you will talk to me before you leave. Thank you, our chief guest. We are grateful for the powerful message you have delivered. A message of hope, a message of wisdom. We are grateful to you for the message. Mayors, members of parliament, and regional teams, we are grateful. We are grateful for your attendance. We have made history. Why?
Sorry, I love it's been such a great turnout right about here at the Secretariat of MK Movement. Yeah, they have unveiled the next plan, and what's been done today is that they have transformed to a new force.
Hello, Opalna. My name is Tuala Fadi. I'm a member of Parliament for Tingay County, Kapchorwa District, and the MK coordinator, Sebei Sabrigo. And now today we are very happy because MK movement has given birth to a new baby called Patriotic League of Uganda. We are really very, very happy. We have been telling people it is going to be the first time for Uganda to experience a peaceful transition of power. Always our transition has been so bad that it was a battle of gun. But now today, we are experiencing democracy that President Museveni has been talking about. And today I am with the team from Sebei.
Yes.
This is my team.
Yes.
And I represent the people of Sebei. Yes. And they are saying MK forever. MK hoye! MK hoye!
Fadil hoye! Fadil hoye! Museveni hoye! Yes, MK pakatosha.
So for us, we are ready with the Patriotic League of Uganda. We are going forward.
Thank you.
We don't have anything. For us, we know 2026 we have MK.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a non-partisan organization. Today we have unveiled our new formation, Patriotic League of Uganda. It's a non-partisan, non-denominational, non-sectarian formation. We anchor our emphasis or efforts on patriotism. We are going to mobilize all Ugandans to be patriotic so that we can love our country and do things that are befitting to us. What figure that? Yes, we transited from MK.
We wait for one more and start Oba Musoko mu Uganda. You can do Uganda, then you want to hold. It's okay. Are we good to go, guys? Are we good to go? Okay. So you set a question, then chairman can respond. Or basically, chairman, kino kye mulaunchinze mugenda kukola kikati now that you launched the new party.
What is this all about?
Omukolo gwa leero webala kujja okulaba nga musobola okutuusa obubaka bwaffe eri abantu bonna n'abatasobodde kujja wano. Neebaza n'abo abantu be twayise ne basobola okujja. Njagala kubeebaza ku lw'omukwano gwe balina gwa MK. Leero tulaunchinze gye tuyise Patriotic League of Uganda. Eno pressure group kubanga bulijjo mbadde muwulira nga tukolera mu teams naye ebintu bwe biba bitandika kati mbalaga nti ekintu kifunye shape. Kati ekintu kifunye shape tufominze kino kye mulabye Patriotic League of Uganda we tugenda okusambulira ffe nga abawagizi ba MK abaagaliza MK okufuga eggwanga lino kubanga eno pressure group yakusaba okulaba nga yaba president waffe omujja. So nebaza abantu bonna abakyejumbidemu okulaba nga okusaba kwaffe kuno kutuuka gyali n'eggwanga lyonna. Nebaza mwenna abalaze obuwagizi kino kigenda mu byafaayo. Gwe guno omukolo gw'ensoosa okulaba nga bamemba ba parliament bali ku mukolo abasuka mu 100 ba LC fayo bali 80% bali ku mukolo gwe gumu ate nga bonna bali ku mulamwa gwe gumu nga baagala MK abeere president waabwe atwale movement mu maaso. So kino kigenda mu byafaayo era neebaza abantu bonna abatasobodde n'okujja naye abalaze obuwagizi bwabwe kubanga abakulembeze bonna babadde wano kitegeeza nti abo ababatuma nabo be babatumye okujja wano. So ndowooza kino kiri kya ggwanga lyonna kati.
Chairman, now that you've launched, do you have plans of rolling it out the whole country in Uganda?
Like my colleague mentioned on the microphone, today we launched the Patriotic League of Uganda, and we are having our first baraza of Patriotic League of Uganda in Masaka on 15th March this year. So we are going to move in this Patriotic League. No more groups, but this is national group now. The pressure group under Patriotic League of Uganda. We are patriots. We are going to move. We are going to take this gospel to the whole country. Persons were here and the other local leaders and the other supporters. So I believe this message will reach everywhere in Uganda today.
Guys, do you have any
questions? It's your duty to make sure that it goes everywhere.
Okay. Pose a question from
Katonda bwanaba yagadde tujja kifuula.
Okay, boss, ask another question. He has to go.
Do you plan to launch leaderships in different districts about the pressure group?
Yes, we shall do that. We shall encourage people to join this pressure group. We shall have representatives because we want this message to go down in the villages to make sure that the MK leads this country in near future.
Chairman, tugarukire mu Nyankore.
Nyenda kwebaza abantu bonna ababasafisha aha mukoro ogu bamemba ba parliament, local leaders na all supporters ba MK abargo mu nsonda zono ngenda kubasima ekitinka kirebaga kandi mpamya nikizaguza omu byafaayo bya Uganda omukoro ogwa pressure group kuzaho bamemba ba parliament bakorenga muri 10 local leaders 80% kwatendinga pressure group, just pressure group. Eki nikimanyisa ki? Nikimanyisa ngu General MK ayina obuhagizi bw'amaani omuyangeri ikiriza oyange konka obuhagizi nibureebeka aba n'abebembezi abatumirwa abantu so nimpamya ngu buri kitwaka kyona mu Uganda kyajwekero nikimanyisa ngu pressure group erikushaba General MK webembera ihangeri amaraka gayo nugaza kuhuru mwebare munongo
mwakutandikira hi pressure group
kandi nyenda kumanyisa abantu bona nka iki kitwaronkinga hata kisi patriotic league of Uganda
asogende mu Ruganda
ekitwaronkinga rizoba tuza kugira baraza yiti yo kubanza 2015 yo kwa kashatu Masaka tuza kuba abantu bagureta Masaka ntubeta 2015 ahabo kuba hato ntuba twinoho ebinde by'entaniso na messages tukwantereza abantu so nishaba abantu bagureta Masaka n'abahagizi bona omwihanga abakuhagira General MK bebe mbiri hangere.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Daniel retired. Yeah, retired. Let's talk to Daniel. Thank you, Chairman.
There is lunch, please.
Yeah, we
Make
shall.
Sure you get something to eat.
Thank you, Chairman.
Transport.
Daniel. The other MC. Let's run.